It was just the weirdest thing. She was asking me about GoPro before she ever was asking me about becoming a distributor in LifeVantage, which was just so interesting to me. And so I think it's a good tool to promote too.
And then what are your home meetings looking like, Amy? I got to tell you guys, the other day, last week, one of my distributors, her new gal, hosted her launch, and she bought tubs at the dollar store and she did foot soaks for these ladies. And I was kind of like, okay, these women did not hesitate to take their shoes off and soak their feet. They were all about it. And then we gave them all like Axio samples as they sat there. And one of my gals, Colleen, loves giving foot rubs. That is not me, but she gave everybody a foot rub with the body rub, and like they were in heaven. It was really, really fun. Typically, we try to just make it much more streamlined, and I always think in my head, simple, duplicatable. But it was just so much fun. But I'd love to know like what your home meetings are looking like, Amy. Like if you're having samples out and whatnot, or if you're just making it more about the presentation.
You know, we have not done anything beyond, like, I haven't even had samples out. I haven't done any drinks. We literally are keeping it so tight. Come in, it starts at 7. We're done no later than 8. And then we have like that meeting after the meeting, and every person has a follow-up scheduled or something in place before they leave. And that's all I've been doing, because honestly, when I'm hosting it at my house every single week, I don't have capacity to think about other things. I just want to make sure my house is like fairly clean when people show up. So it's been that simple, and it's at 7 o'clock. So everybody should be fed, you know, they shouldn't be thirsty, all those kind of things. They come in, they hear the info, we get them on their merry way.
Awesome.
Fun nights are great too. I love those. Like when I did my mom's night here, it was a massive hit.
That's awesome. Yeah, and having some fun nights maybe around the holidays might bring even more people, right? If you can, I don't know, even put some of the stacks together in a little bag and show them how it would be a great gift, something like that, like little displays, giving ideas for Christmas ideas or stocking stuffers.
Yes, I stocked up on some IC Brights, and I always have extra hand lotions. It's like when we do those random fun, like not random, but like once in a great while, bigger fun event, you can always raffle something off too and promote that way. I'm going to run and get my charger.
Yeah, raffles are a great idea.
Hey, Tanya, sorry, I'm doing hair, so I've been a little preoccupied. We're off of school today and I need 7 hours. So, what was I saying? Do you guys know the product? I tried to email into about the product kind of support one, because that's different than customer support, right? Or then or the distributor kind of support one, or do you guys know anything on that? Because Joanne wanted me to email in too, and I wasn't sure what email that was.
I've always thought when it comes to product, I mean, it's either Brian Dixon or Jesse Allen.
I know, and she said, you know, that with him being so busy all the time, maybe did not email directly to Brian. That's kind of the thought. I don't know.
I would ask your account manager, Des, and see what they recommend, even if it means you give it to them and then they pass it on.
Yes, and so I know we were a little concerned about some of the ingredients in IC Bright. So I wanted their reasoning behind like caramel coloring. I mean, that's like super carcinogenic. And I'm like, we avoid that. Like I would never buy anything with caramel coloring. And Joanne didn't see that at all. And she's like, why is that in there? And so I just said, well, I'm going to ask and find out. And there were some other things she was a little concerned about, but she was like, that one was a big one to her. So just was curious on that, or if anybody else knew anything on that at all.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I was looking at those two, Des.
Well, I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, I want to give it to my daughter, but I'm like, I would never give someone like her caramel coloring, you know, like I would avoid that at all costs. So I just was concerned, like, why? Because there's no GMO on there. There's not, I don't know. I just, you know how it goes. And you just I want to be able to answer that question if other health people you're telling this about, and then they look at that ingredient and go, wait a minute, like, you know, so, Marisa asked, caramel coloring is like a known kind of carcinogen actually, and it's a very bad for like the system. It's like they add it to a lot of things, but usually like in a health food store and stuff like that, they don't even allow like caramel coloring, like products with caramel coloring in their store. So there's a lot of, you look at like attention stuff in kids and different things like that. It's almost not like red dye, but I mean, it's just kind of something that I don't know why that would be necessary in there.
And that's in the icy bright, huh?
Mm-hmm. So I just was curious, and I just wanted, I know it will come up, like if you're a health person looking at that, anybody would probably notice that. And Joanne just said she skipped that one. She was a little worried about the soy lecithin, but she said at least it's not a soy protein, but there's few soy ingredients in it. So it's just like, you know, you want to be armed with how to answer those questions when people come to you. I don't know.
Did you reach out to Brian Dixon about it?
Well, Joanne said he just gets so busy. So she was saying to go to like a product support one, but I couldn't find that on my app. I was looking, but I couldn't, I just saw like where I didn't want to go to like a just normal line. Like I wanted to go to these product development. Like I thought there was going to be a product development one, but I just wasn't sure. Because normally I've asked Brian Dixon, but I just thought I would go through, just make his life less crazy. So
I'd
ask him anyway.
What's that?
I'd ask him anyway.
That's who you can go to. So I would just kind of get your questions together, Des, and then once I hear back from Beth, I'll let you know. And then you can send that in and maybe we can get some validated answers on it.
In the meantime, like what, in the meantime, you can bite it for those that are concerned, right? They could bite it to get all of the stuff in them and not swallow the, is that the caramel?
Joanne and I had no idea why it would be in there. Like no idea why it would be in there. And so it was just one of those things that maybe there is an awesome answer, but I mean, I was kind of like, ooh, I don't want to talk to like healthcare. You know, like I have a few eye doc people, or one on my team and one I've been talking to, and I would hate to be the first introduction, then read that ingredient. Because I know one of these doctors, his wife is kind of a integrative type doc. And I thought, ooh, if I saw that, I would be very like apprehensive if that was my first introduction to a product in our company. And if it doesn't say non-GMO on it or the GMP, like any of those on the bottle too, that's where I just would, you know I'm a little crazier than some about those things, but I don't know. I just said I'm not going to give it to my daughter until I know like why that's in there and what's, you know.
Well,
so.
And I'm telling you I was talking to somebody else about this earlier, like LifeVantage needs to decide where they're going and what they're really wanting to attract, because the majority of the people that are getting fed up with the junk in this world want clean products. And we talk about being a clean company. So that is a really valid thing to bring up. And I'll be even right in too, because that's not okay. I didn't even look. I didn't even see that.
We'll get answers. We'll get answers.
Yes, we will. Okay. So on that, I just didn't know if somebody else knew.
Sorry, all I know is I don't have dry eyes anymore, and I will take this forever.
Yes, no, and I get that. You know, it's like,
yes.
But I'm like, I don't know. For me, like if Red 40 was in something, there's no way I would give that every day to my child. You know, I mean, we've got enough issues in our household. So, but I'll find out. I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, I'll let you know as soon as I hear from Beth.
Okay, thanks, guys. I'll mute out so you don't hear the movie going on too.
What about like these next 2 months, you guys? I'll let you know that in the month of November on Monday nights for One Person Big Difference, the focus will continue to be the Cardone training. We'll wrap that up this month. It will be done the last Monday. It will continue on the 22nd and the 28th or 29th, just so you know. And then we'll be done with Cardone in November. And then from there, we thought about in December, if any of you want to step up and help with these kinds of trainings, but like getting back to the basics, like one night, it's all about the invite. One night, it's all about the follow-up. And maybe even like doing a couple live invites, you know, on your phone for everybody, giving examples, then maybe having some stories of people of how they were invited and how that invite affected them positively to want to take a look at it. Like going through the steps of ITT and getting back to the basics for everybody. So
love it. I'm in.
Okay. Awesome. Anybody else have anything they think should be like some focuses on these? We have 2 months left in this year. I know I am not where I wanted to be with my goals at all. I think home meetings are a great focus these next 2 months, bringing people together. It's a festive time of the year. It's a great time to have fun and bring people together. I think a great thing would be to focus on some home meetings for those that are open to it. And then maybe on the Monday calls. Yeah, go ahead, Susie.
I had a thought, and I don't know if this is doable, but and I thought about this last year too, just didn't follow through with it, of doing something like a promotion that I would gift like a hand cream to a new customer, but not only that, would be like to get one, but then give one. So then give a hand cream to a healthcare professional or to someone in need. So it's like a give one to a new customer, but then I give one to, or the customer could decide who to give one to, basically. So it was like give one or get one, give one. And I'm just wondering if anybody has done that before. And has any thoughts on that, how that would work?
The customer buys one, Susie, and then you gift them another to give to someone else?
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Like
and then pay it forward, exactly. And it could be you know, someone they know, a healthcare professional, it could be a teacher, it could be anybody like that, or it could be just whoever they would like to give it to, but in mind of giving it forward.
I think it's like a beautiful piece of branding as well, right? That, you know, in this season of giving, like,
right.
If you buy one from me, I'm going to gift you one, but you have to promise to give it to someone else.
Yeah. And so I just haven't thought about what that would look like in terms of what the special would be if they purchased, you know, I'm thinking if they purchased something at least 100 PV, it could be more. And then they would get basically two hand creams.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out to see what thoughts you guys had about that.
It's a great idea, Susie. Real quickly, I'm going to put it in the, Des, I got your answer. It's productquestions@lifevantage.com. I'm just going to put it in the chat. You could just copy and paste if you want. Product questions, plural, @lifevantage.com. And she said the R&D team will answer. So there's that.
Was Sveta on? Hi, Sveta. Were you on when I asked that question, or do you know more about that by chance?
She wasn't on. She doesn't know what you're talking about.
Sveta, Joanna and I were concerned about why was there caramel coloring in the new Icy Bright, and we could be totally like off our rockers on it, but we were just concerned because that's a one ingredient I avoid at all costs. Like I won't buy anything with it. So we were confused on that. So didn't know if you knew more.
No. I will ask, I can ask this question. Text me the question and I will forward it to SAB. Please.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Des.
You might get a quicker response, Des. Who knows? I would do both places.
Add the soy in your question too.
If a face could say 1,000 words.
Sorry guys, I'm a pretendum girl. I've got all my questions answered there.
I do love it. I have to say, I do love that product. I have noticed a big difference.
So what are get their 15 points for Croatia with Icy Bright?
You bet.
Yeah, me too.
And I think that's a big goal, you guys. Every promotion, they're going to roll out, you know, they're going to roll out monthly promotions to achieve points towards Croatia. And we have got to make that our goal. And beating your best, you know, beating your baseline. Who beat their baseline in October?
Hey, Amy. Oh, sorry.
Yay.
I was gonna say, Amy, your question on the group one, sorry, I haven't had time to answer that. I just reached out to my account manager and she's the one who told me my baseline and then kept me up to date because I was a little confused on how to filter that since other things, I'm just gonna ask her all the time. Like, because I had no idea how to filter it
They're
either.
working on that, by the way. They are working on getting that fixed and putting it in the system so we can see it. Otherwise, you're having to count everything, right? You're having to just count it, and it's, you know,
Well, I
there's
was
room for
just
error for sure.
going off of what my account manager says, my baseline. And then I knew, like she said, and you're at, when I reached out to her, she told me you're one below your baseline. You need 2 more or whatever to get. And so then I knew kind of, and I guess that's what I did.
Well, that's
So
awesome too. That's definitely great. You just have to be on it. But do you know where to see your baseline? Where
Yes.
you see your baseline? Okay.
I just didn't know how to figure out if you'd gotten it, because when you go in and put in all the filters, because then how yours doesn't count and other, I just didn't know. So
yeah,
it was really
I was just
quick.
I was having a discrepancy with my account manager. He kept telling me I was 1 off from what I was counting, and I was getting really frustrated. And I was right. I don't know what was happening. And just FYI, if you don't have your account manager handy, do not call VIP, because they're not helpful. And they told me everything wrong as well. Like Grant and I wasted 20 minutes on the phone with VIP. They're not helpful.
Maybe that's a good thing to bring up to our account managers too. Like when it comes to month end, letting them know, like, we don't always get sound advice and sometimes they're tough to work with. What would be like a last resort? And maybe they'll make themselves available like to us via text, but I would give your feedback to your account manager just so they know. The one thing I was concerned about, I worked my tail off yesterday to beat mine, and I thought I had, and I did not. So,
maybe they'll help you today. Maybe they'll backdate it.
Yeah. But the thing was, I was worried that if I didn't beat it in October because of the understanding I had, that then I wouldn't get the chance to still get an additional 5 points going forward. Like it had to happen in October, and that is not the case. So if you beat it this month, you guys, you get that point. But if you beat it in December, you can still gain the extra 5 points by beating your best. You're not out of the game, just an FYI.
Oh, that's good to know, because I thought if
that's
you did
good news. Yeah.
So Tanya, my quick question, sorry on that, and you might have, so like, let's say, okay, so my baseline was 82. So if like this month where I did beat it, but like, let's say in November, you just get over, it's back to 82. It doesn't start from last month, right? Like at 84, does it?
Then it becomes about beating your best.
Okay, so I have to beat October then.
Best. Yep. Any month you beat your best, you'll get the point for going over your baseline, but then you'll get an additional 5 points for beating your best, your highest, which is in your tracker.
Okay.
It'll show both of those numbers.
Thanks.
Yeah. Is everybody clear on that? Okay.
So November, you said December, but November.
Yeah, November.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Yep. I'm anxious to hear what the incentive will be for November. I just asked Beth if there's any, if we know what Black Friday will be. It would be really nice to start promoting those products. Or if we know what the incentive this month will be for those extra Croatia points. So
and
if anybody hears anything, put it in the Beautiful Leaders Telegram thread.
That's another thing too that I thought about giving feedback. Always planning ahead, and I know LifeVantage is getting better and better at planning ahead, but like if we can be promoting on day one for what people should be getting, like by the time Black Friday rolls around, it's too late. People have already figured out what they want to purchase, like all of the money's spent. And so if we can be promoting early, like that's the way to do it. It's like the mindset being, Grant was telling me this morning, he's like, people need their mindset to be, hey, Black Friday gets kind of crazy. Here's our deals now. And we're ahead of the game.
And really, this is the time to be thinking about holiday shopping today. Like, we should be coming up with our own little promotion, right? Holiday promotion with our teams or something. That's kind of
the body care and hair care, body care, hair care, the hand cream, like things like that, like the luxury of things.
Body butter, body soak. You guys, Saturday, I just want to say, after leaving Carrie's house, Scott and I worked like 8 hours, did a lot of physical work, and I said, I just want to take a bath, and I did a body soak. Oh my gosh, and a martini. I was really happy. But that body soak, you guys, it's like, I don't know. I think it's the nicest gift you could give somebody.
Mm.
It's just, if you like to take baths, you don't need lotion when you get out of there. Your skin is just beautiful.
You guys, this is stuff we should start putting to Vitality Living. Like
Yeah.
Marisa, your story right now of like working some hard labor for a friend, 8 hours on Saturday, like going home to a bath with this bath soak, there was nothing better. And you think it'd be a great gift for the holidays.
Should I do it in the bathtub though?
Whatever you want, girl, but show a picture of the product for sure. But that'd be a great Vitality Living post.
And then you could add the mask, which is what I did. So let me just show you this picture. Scott, oh gosh, where is it? Oh my God, it looks hysterical. Can you see this picture?
Oh yeah.
You can't see anything because I don't have anything to show, but no, I mean, you can't see anything, but do you think you would post this? Do you think I could post this picture? It's not real pretty of me, but that's okay.
Yeah, I don't see why not. Is the picture of the bath soak in there?
I could put the bath, no, the bath soak's already in the bath. And you can see it barely. No. So I could, what is that? What it's called, background something. I forgot how you do it. Leslie showed us, and I could put the bath soak right there on the bath. How do you do that? Do you know how to do that again?
No.
It's like remove background. It's a website. I just don't know how to do that.
Or you could just post the picture and then a picture of the bath soak, so you don't waste your time and make it too
Photo Room removes backgrounds.
Well, yeah, but how do you plop a picture on there? That's what I'm trying to, like, how would you plop a body soak right there, the bath soak, on in your picture?
On either Pic Collage or Canva, you just go, you add a photo, and then what's really cool on the LifeVantage website right now, guys, I don't know if you know this, but if you go to like the body soak and you just like hold your finger down and press save to photos, it just saves the body soak. It doesn't save the whole back. Like I've been doing that with Protandem with the IC Bright. And so you can just save that to your photos and there's no background on it. So then when you go into say Canva and you have that picture right there, then you can go add a picture and you can just click the body soak that's saved to your photos and it will put it in that photo. It's so cool.
And do you have, it has to be on your phone to do that, right? On your, from your phone. Okay.
Yeah.
On the website or the app?
On the website is where I was grabbing the photos. I'll see if it works for the body soak.
That's awesome to know. Thank you.
Hey guys, Beth told me that there won't be any product points this month.
Really? Maybe they'll do a flash sale.
Or she said that's what they're being told so far. She said it's just beat your baseline and best, and then LVA points, and then of course the second month order points for new customers. So make sure that we continue to promote those things, so it becomes like every month we need to be promoting how to get Croatia points to our teams to keep the belief in them. Because I'm sure it's already down. A month, 1 month is down. People didn't beat their baseline, or they didn't know how to find it, or they didn't sell all the IC Bright and they're already saying that they're not going to make it and they've already checked out. So we got to just really keep that belief going. Because again, no matter what, if they just continue to go after the points, no matter what, they're going to be so much further ahead than they were before. Especially if we can get a lot of people to Pro 4. Imagine that. That would be amazing.
That'd be so good. Here, so I have the body soak pulled up, right? Just on the home. And if you hold it and then you press add to photos, watch this. This is so cool. It's literally just the bath soak that saves. It's so cool. I love that they did that. Winning on the tech side, not on the caramel side.
Yeah, Des, when you get an answer, let us know in the Beautiful Leaders Telegram thread what you find out, please.
Wait, is that what you're talking about? Is that how, did I save it wrong? Because I held down on it.
No, it should come up as just the product.
It saved the whole thing.
I just texted it to you if it didn't save right.
Oh, you're so sweet. Thank you.
Anything else, you guys, before we wrap up?
No.
Thanks for leading everything, Tanya and everything.
Yeah.
And Marisa for being there for Carrie, and just can't even imagine.
Jill's at the airport.
Hey, if anybody needs rooms, we have extra bedrooms. So, you know.
Oh, I do too. Yeah.
Yeah. So does Sean. So
I have 2 extra bedrooms.
You guys all know the funeral can be watched via Zoom.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody see that? Okay. And last thing real quick, I feel, they said this on the Monday morning call and I thought it was a great point. Like it's November 1st. Do people know exactly what kind of action to take? Like, do they know what to do with this, with a new month? And we have ITT, we have the DMO. So by doing the DMO, like that's where you start. But does anybody feel or on board that maybe we start in Vitality Hustle again once a day, just giving them a plan of action, telling them what to do? And we can base it off the DMO and holiday ideas. Like, what's your favorite body care line? You know, and have you talked about it in your stories? Have you talked about it on your feed? Like, talk about it today, because it would be a great gift for, you know what I mean? Like, I almost feel like in this month with the holidays coming, giving people a plan of attack every day in Vitality Hustle might be a really helpful, great thing for them. What do you guys think?
A tip a day?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
One plan of action a day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Don, bless his heart, he posts that DMO every day, but people see it and I know they're not doing the DMO.
Well, we talked about doing these power hours again, a DMO power hour. And I think that would be really great.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
how do we hype them up though? Because people don't show up. It's always the same people. And then you end up answering questions and you don't do the work. Like I just,
well, you know, like LifeVantage has done a few of them, right, on the official page. And that's really, it's actually really good. It's like a study hall. Maybe we call it a study hall instead of a power hour. And a take action study hall, DMO study hall.
Or a work hour. Instead of a power hour, a work hour.
Yeah, a work hour. And for support. I mean, come on. We used to go to Panera Bread Company and meet every Wednesday morning. Remember that, Mark? And Mark would come and Maria was there and cross lines, and it was just beautiful. And people took action, and you had third-party validators right there. And you had opportunities to meet people when you were there, just like Marcy Steiner met that incredible person today who spoke on the call.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think, you know, Mondays, I think, are a good day. I mean, Seth Mulder does them every day. And I know that our Mondays are packed with calls, but do we have it in us to roll into one right after this call? Or do we take a break for a couple hours and start in the afternoon? Is that something you guys are interested in?
I'm just thinking of the people that I know would want to participate in this, but they can't do it during the day, right?
Okay.
Like they need those nighttime hours. So even just, or people that don't want to get on, but yet they don't know what to do. Like just giving them that peace and Vitality Hustle to.
Mm-hmm. Like today's action.
Yeah. I don't know. But we need to all be on board on it with it. It can't just be one person that always does that. It's exhausting. So, I mean, if we all,
I mean, we can all be responsible for a day, right, guys?
For one day, for an idea to put in Vitality Hustle to give people a plan of action, we can all do that.
Heck yeah.
Yes or no?
I can do it today. I can just say, hey guys, I did an incredible bath. It's, why not I hold up the body soap today and just say, today's action, just reach out to people and say the holidays are around the corner. You know, if you're thinking of a spa gift for somebody, here's something that could be a nice addition, you know, to a spa gift.
Mhm.
I mean, it's simple. Give somebody an idea. Or reach out to a spa person, a massage therapist.
It's got to be something we promote though. Like we can't just we can't just put something into a group and expect everybody to see it. Like it's something we're going to have to promote to our teams. Like watch Vitality Hustle daily, once a day. One of your premier leaders will be giving you a plan of action for the day. I just think people would appreciate it. Just a little extra guidance. So Maurice is in. Who else is in?
I'm in, Anna.
Okay.
Hey, can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please.
I want to tell you something that Rob and Summer do I think is really effective is they reach out on the first to every one of their team members. They do it first in their team meeting, and then they reach out individually and confirm that they want to rank advance that month or whatever their goals are. And then they individually map out a strategy for that. And then based on that strategy and the volume they need, they talk every day and they work with them every day. So it's the people that really want it as opposed to just throwing it out to everybody. It's just very specific. And then there's an accountability thing. So I think it's really effective. So maybe I love what you're talking about, Tanya. I think the thing to do is there has to be that each leader would have to get the maximum participation to reach out to each team member and say, you know, who wants to rank advance? Who wants to do it this month? And then map out that plan and that strategy, whatever points are needed or whatever, and probably get higher participation that way. And then if those people were plugged into that group work hour, you know, might get better participation and accountability. Just a thought.
Yeah, I agree with Mark. I've been kind of doing the same thing, just like, you know, we have our small group, like our smaller groups that we are working with, and we know those people. And so I always reach out to those people at the beginning of the month and just see where they're at, try to get some that aren't engaged. And I mean, I can always do the Vitality Hustle stuff too. I just know that I'm not going to put every distributor that's wanting to do something back in there. It's just so many people just fall off when they're in too many groups. And so I get torn on where to put my energy and focus. And sometimes I just focus on those people that I know want to do it and lead them to our team huddle. And that's where we do a lot of our discussions on keeping people accountable through the weeks. So yes.
It's another group, it's another thing to look at. You feel like that's overwhelming. That makes sense.
And it's just the feedback that I get. And so I just, you know, sure, I'll show up and do something, but that's not really where my focus is in Vitality Hustle. So sad. I hate saying that, but
I'm probably the same way a little bit, Amy, just because I get that a lot, like where I try to tell people, like when they get so overwhelmed, and especially people who are kind of trying to go back and kind of re-engage, if they just felt overwhelmed, like there is so many groups and it is distracting. And I think in the world today, a lot of people are trying to get away from as much Facebook, you know what I mean? Like time on all of that, where I do feel like it's almost a distraction sometimes. And so I know for me it is. So I try to kind of, you know, go back to being obviously Vitality Living on our Telegram group, and, you know, like the one person one, but even that they get overwhelmed because they don't even know, they kind of get paralyzed. Like, what do I even do? So that's, I'm the same way. I am happy to put anything in there, but I feel a little bit that way too. I'm trying to I think about like when we first started, how none of us even had Facebook really. And I love your doing the at-home meeting, Amy, every week. I think that's huge. And we've talked about that, a couple people here, like we need to do that because that's when we were growing, and we aren't growing, or for me personally, sticking to more of the online stuff. So I'm with you on that a little bit.
I didn't even think of that. And usually that's like the first thing I think of too. So that's great feedback. I agree with that. Do you think, so when we think about just leading our team specifically within our groups, do you think there's a challenge we could each put out there, but yet we collectively are masterminding on that challenge, but we're putting it out individually to our teams, like a DMO challenge again for the month for the holidays, or I don't know, just something.
I love that. When we did that DMO challenge in each individual group, for me, I felt like it was effective. Or like just when we set out daily assignments, because there is a sense of community in One Person Big Difference, and there's a sense of community that's a little bit different in our individual team groups.
Right. And
some people don't have that. So even putting it in One Person Big Difference might be a great idea too, because people are seeing that for the most part. There are people that are using Vitality Hustle. And so if there's people in there that are using it for what it is, that's great. My team specifically isn't.
I don't have many people that use it. I know we need to build it up, but I think you're going to hit more people in one person.
Imagine if we did like a DMO challenge and we let our teams know, like, look, all of our cross-line leaders are doing this exact same challenge in their groups. And the winner of each one is going to get to come together for this. You know what I mean? Like, it might be kind of fun. Like, it's not just Tanya's providing the one person this, but you're going to get to be with other winners and you get to come together for this. That might be kind of fun. I don't know. I just think that DMO is so important, because when I looked at my WHAM numbers for our first 90 days, the real lack that I saw was in third party. Like, nobody was doing third party. And I just feel like if we can get them back to DMO through the ITT, writing those names down, taking them through the process, I don't know, might be a great story.
I really agree with you. That's when I really took off. It was about 2 years ago, year and a half ago, when I joined doing those DMOs and the Power Hours with Steph Mulder. I committed to that for a whole year, and I need to get back to that, but that's when I made my growth.
With the DMOs?
With the DMOs and doing that Power Hour with Steph. I did it at 9 o'clock every morning for a whole year.
Wow.
You know, maybe that's all it needs to be, is simple. Just show up. If you show up and you do, that's what this is. Show up and do. And that's, and they can watch a replay. And if they've watched a replay, they maybe make something in the comments, like I watched the replay, and just trust people, right? Because there are people that are not going to be able to do it during the day, but they have the option. If it's recorded into One Person Big Difference, then they have the option of watching it at night and doing whatever time. So whatever people's time is, it just works. And that's it. It's income producing activities. That's all we need to do, is just keep it so simple.
Yeah.
And then, today, reach out. It's the DMO. It's there. it's there. Mm-hmm. And I've gotten away from it. I mean, I'll be honest, and I need to get back to it.
I think possibly, I talked with my team this weekend, possibly a good book to read is Eat That Frog. That goes along with the DMO, but getting those, I tend to clean the desk, organize this, write our list, but then we never eat the frog. We never take those big steps. If we can promote along those lines and not just organizing and thinking about it, but taking those actions like Lisa said.
And I think as leaders, you guys, what Mark was saying, that the Smallies, is that right? Is that their last name? I think, really reaching down. It's interesting. I can be on a team call and say, who wants to rank advance this month? And, yeah, everybody's like this, but like literally who is, so it's almost like we have to reach down to them and say, you know, what are your goals this month? And do you want to rank advance? I know Doug Durant was really trying to hit 3 this, his numbers were hit at 3 this month. Yeah, that's what it was. And that wasn't going to happen, but he wanted to make sure he hit 2, you know. I think he had already hit 3. Yeah, he is a 3, but he was a little short. That's right. Okay, so he wasn't the one, but he's in. He's committed. I can't hear you, Anna.
Do we want to do a DMO challenge?
I think so. The 7-day challenge is starting today too. Oh God. And we have the elite call today, and we have the premier call. A lot.
So we don't.
Did anybody on here get the October mindset challenge?
What?
I think Amy did.
Yes. Is that today? October mindset challenge.
October mindset challenge.
20 invites, 20 presentations, enroll 5 for 500 with minimum of 2 distributors. Didn't they do that for?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, my brain is.
See, there's so much going on, we can't even keep up with it. I just was like, well, that'll keep me focused all month. And it did. I love that they're doing that for the leaders. Like they're giving us something to focus on. If we can just transmit that to our people too, it might not be that level, but like those simple things, like put this on your home screen every day, look at it. This is what your goal is. What are we doing to do it? That daily method of operation.
Okay, well, Eric starts in 2 minutes, you guys. So let's continue to think on, I don't know, just something to give our teams a little extra incentive, especially because there won't be extra incentive for Croatia points. Let's just really think about something that maybe we could do collectively yet individually for our teams, or if you have something you're gonna roll out to your team and you're excited about it, I'd love to hear your ideas to help the rest of us do the same. Deal? Okay.
Are you all doing this 7-day challenge?
I'm signed up.
It's just, Marisa, if you can't do it right now or join in until later, just tell your team what's happening. I posted in our team group, just like,
do you have it to send me?
I'll send it to you because it's in his Facebook group and he gives you step-by-step with the links, what to do.
Okay.
I'll send that to you too. I'll just post it in the Beautiful Leaders chat so that anybody can copy and paste that into their teams.
Thank you.
Thanks, Amy.
Okay, bye.
Okay, everybody have a great day. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.